Chioma, good to have you.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir. You're looking
I can say same of you. You're looking
looking
very...
fine. Are you sure that you and my husband, you're not in the same ship or the same boat? Because I said, let me come and report him man to man. Man to man.
What did he do?
He's a cheater.
Have you caught him before?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
3 times. The first time, okay, let me tell you. She be if man and woman that are together and that say they are in love. When it's night, that night, 9, 10 o'clock, they'll go to bed and they'll sleep together. This man will not come inside when it's time to sleep. In my dreams, let's say around that kind 1 or 2 a.m., that is how we hear this guy. He'll be laughing. He'll be laughing. It will be tickling. He'll be it's not to come to bed for me to tickle him. He'll be tickling in the parlor.
But since you said
he's talking to a woman.
But since you said it's in your, are you sure it's not in your dreams? You are hearing
this? I treated malaria last month.
However, does it buy you new clothes? Does it take you out?
They try. At least this hair I do like this now. I ain't giving money go flatter.
Madam, I think you are creating a long distance relationship in your relationship with your assumptions.
Thank you. I don't consider my friend they correct. So he is creating distance in our relationship with this thing that he's doing, I mean?
No,
he's creating distance.
I mean the assumptions you are making. These things you are talking about, they are all assumptions. So you are creating a long distance relationship. Now this is what you do. Okay. Now I need you to go back to your husband. Sit him down. No shout for him. This your fears that you don't tell me. I need you to talk to him about it. Ask him those questions directly. He will have better answers for you. Yes. Okay.
That girl don't talk and say you did try. I will go try these things.
I'm telling you.
I will go try and I will come back. I will let you know.
You must try these things and get back to me.
Thank you. Bye bye. Hello. There's a general myth that men are cheaters by nature. Does this still remain an assumption or has this been validated? Welcome to today's episode of Side Gist with the Brownsons. I am Itima Brownson.
And I am Brownson Uwana. It's so good to have you return back to our channel.
It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Okay, so Sukri, over to the men. Are men still cheaters by nature, or has it ever been proven that men are cheaters by nature? What's your view on this?
Well, I need to know the part of nature that defines men as being cheats. Okay. Because when people talk about cheats, it's about the men being cheats. Now,
I don't think Ben has contributed to this in any way.
As a matter of fact, I had this conversation with a friend sometimes, and the person asked, if a man cheats, who does he cheat with? Another man. So the subject of cheating can go on and on and on. But we must define that when it comes to cheating, everyone has tendency to cheat, be it a man or a woman. And when we talk about cheating, sometimes people misunderstand cheating to be just sexually involved relationship. Now there are several, you can cheat in several ways, that really does not involve sexual relationship. Now talking about that, what sort of forms of cheating do you think can really hurt relationship?
Okay, so I know emotional infidelity is also one. Like just like you explained earlier, it's not necessarily when there's a sexual affair that's cheating is involved. In the place of emotional infidelity, if you're having to give some other person other than your partner much more attention that you would normally give your partner, then this is cheating, be it in form of time spent on calls or hanging out or sharing some news, right? Emotionally, if you're having to give more attention to some other person other than your partner, then that's emotional cheating. And I believe there are also other forms of cheating other than emotional and sexual.
Yes, apart from emotional cheating, now we have financial cheating. Yes.
Okay. That's you.
Now, financial cheating, it's synonymous to men.
Okay.
Now, sometimes when you have discussion with men about financial declarations, some of them will tell you that we don't declare everything. For instance, if you do a business and make like 700,000, some people feel like their spouse has a way of controlling the spendings, so that the guy can have some extra bucks in his pocket. He can come back home and say that today's business, yeah, it was good. We made 400,000, instead of 7, and not the undeclared money. I don't want to say it's corruption, but that's also a particular form of cheating.
Okay.
Now, we also have verbal cheating. Words are very powerful. Now, if you don't tell your wife she's beautiful, and you don't tell your husband he's handsome, your husband does things for you, you don't say thank you, a way of like appreciation, you hold those things away from them,
but you tell that to like,
but you tell them to some other person. So that's another form of cheating as well. Now,
can that fall under emotional, like, or it's in terms of like compliments and
emotional cheating has to do with when you are giving so much attention to something, like you communicate, you chat a lot and all of that. But verbal cheating is denying your spouse some of those things they need to hear,
like words of affirmation.
Yes, that's another form of cheating. Now, technology has brought another form of cheating. We have online cheating. Some people have relationship with people they've never met before. Those people exist only online in their lives. They would never meet, but they feel very they look forward to chatting and talking with those people. Those people are very far away from them. They could be
like emotionally attached to
someone, but it's another class of cheating motivated by technology.
Wow, interesting. Interesting.
Now, some people want to ask, with all this and some other forms of cheating available, I'm wondering, why do people cheat?
Okay, is that for me?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Overall, right, for women, I would first generalize it like based on what I hear most women say, and then based on what I hear most men say. So for women, a woman will naturally cheat, or would most likely cheat, if she's emotionally, right, or financially deprived. Right? So emotional or financial deprivation. And then for a guy, sexually or ego-wise deprivation. Right? So if we all know that for men, respect is big for men. So if he's having to demand respect from you, he's having to beg, to get some form of level of respect from you, he's most likely going to cheat. Sexually also, if he feels like you're not speaking his sexual language, right, or probably give him the kind of moves or styles he wants, he will probably also want to see other or explore other means of sexual intercourse. And then for ladies, how money, like most ladies grow up knowing that their father was took care of the financial needs of the family,
pillar of the house,
right? So they will expect their man to also act in that, especially where there's comparison, like they have friends that they are seeing that their husbands are having to do things for them. And then other areas or other reasons why people would cheat is if there's a form of resentment. Let's say a partner is trying to get back to the other partner for doing something, like intentionally want to hurt this person, so the person will feel the pain you feel. And then also if there are underlying issues in your relationship that had not been sorted out, you had a previous quarrel the previous day and it had not been sorted out, and then because the guy or the lady needs your attention, and they're at that point in time, and some other lady or guy is there, he jumps into that train and then starts having, and then also, like I spoke earlier for the guys, ego boosting, right? Some men or some women just naturally or selfishly want to know what it feels like to have another man or another lady in their life, or woo another man or woo another lady, or have like a date or something with the other partner or the other person and see how interesting it can go.
Yes, I mean you've underlined most of the basic reasons, but just to add a few, that also the Bible says, "Let not the sun come down at your anger." Now, when there's malice, and you go 1 day, 2 days, especially if the partners are really sexually, involved, and you go 1, 2, 3 days without talking to yourself, you see yourself, you just not even brushing off shoulders and all of that, that's an avenue to cheat, because at that point both of you are vulnerable. At that point anything can happen. So I mean, like, if you have issues, and then try to sort out those things, otherwise that's a big window that can lead to cheating. Now, also, people cheat because they want to be caught cheating. Now, I'll explain that to you. Now, some people in a relationship, at some point, maybe they're not interested, even husband and wife relationship. Maybe the other partner knows that my spouse has zero tolerance for cheating, and I'm tired of this relationship. I don't know how to tell my spouse how I feel or this thing. So what they do, they want to cheat for them to get caught.
Like an excuse,
yes, so that the partner can now take the initiative they fail to take. So some people cheat to get caught to end the relationship. Sometimes it could be very, very intentional. Lastly, I'll just talk about loneliness. Some people get surprised that in marriage people could be lonely, right? But yes, there are lots of lonely people in relationship, in marriages.
But being in the same space with someone doesn't necessarily mean that boredom wouldn't set in.
Exactly.
What are you guys doing together, right? What activities are you engaging in to keep it all spicy? Or probably you're just not even having time for each other. That can create like a form of boredom and all of that.
Yeah, and loneliness. And sometimes it's killing when you know that in the world right now, technology has made things very easy. You can be in one space and you are very, very engaged. Now, if you value your relationship so much and you want to spend those time with your spouse and yet you feel so lonely, what do?
Get engaged on phone.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, so whatever it is, there's no reason that is good enough for cheating. Cheating is cheating, right? There's no cheating that is more cheatful than the other. The fact that this guy engaged in emotional cheating and the other person engaged in sexual cheating and the other guy engaged in verbal, or the other lady engaged in financial cheating doesn't make the other better than the other. I beg your pardon. Cheating is cheating.